Let's talk more specific with respect to analytics. As you met a lot of clients in the process of doing analytics engagements in the emerging markets, what are some of the interesting, opportunities or challenges which you have observed specifically in the emerging market scenario?
See, when you talk about analytics, and I think the good part is, and linking back to your previous question, when the things were growing in the emerging markets, people were considering of doing analytics, and obviously there were very few of them, as a good to have. Now, as the slowdown is there in the emerging markets, it's not giving the double-digit growth which it was giving earlier. The question becomes more importantly of, is each and every of my decision sacrosanct? And hence the focus on making more data-oriented decisions and moving from the gut-based decisions, which was allowing them. I mean, if you're getting a 20% growth, by and large your decisions are right. But now with the same gut-based decisions, if you're not getting that 20%, you want that somebody else should be blamed. And what a beautiful way to blame the data, because if the data says you cannot deliver 20% growth, you cannot pinpoint fingers to anybody. So I think this is one realization that has started to sink in, and hence analytics usage is becoming more important. But with that, with the usage becoming more important, there are some challenges which are being seen and observed. One, which is by and large on the data, biggest challenge, never been able to store the data in a particular manner. So, and I'm sure those would be some of your questions as well. The second is around the skill. Do people know how to slice and dice the data, or to use or build questions using the data? So are those the right questions and the right hypothesis that people are building? So that is again a skill set sort of piece that I would say. The third piece would be around the whole belief. Of over the last 10 to 15 years, if you've been working through on a gut-based piece and they have been delivering, it does become difficult for a natural human being to say, hey, let me allow somebody else who has access to the data and tell me how to make better decisions. So the whole belief is a little challenging. It will overcome, but I think in the near future at least that will continue. And I think the quick piece, the emerging markets, the beauty of the emerging markets, which continuously at least remains, that the market is evolving at a very fast pace. The consumers are evolving at a very fast pace. And hence the need to make these decisions, whether it's data-oriented or gut-oriented, continues to be in a very fast manner. So if you're moving from a gut-based to a data-based, the people are not understanding, they're not believing, but they want that the decisions from data should come in, in a more real-time basis. So these would be my 4 biggest challenges that I see when I talk to the who's and who of the CPG or other industries in these emerging markets.